In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I'm using these dividend ETFs plus options to earn over $200,000 per year in dividends now and outperform the market in the process. So I'm living the fire lifestyle here at this channel, and so can you. Email me for my e-guides at akatod48@gmail.com if you need help doing the same. My performance value shows that we're still beating the market even after yesterday's down day, where we're down about $7,000 to $8,000. You can see that we're still up for the year and we're beating all of the indexes. We're up 0.98%. The S&P's up only 0.89%. The Nasdaq's only up 0.66 and the Dow's only up 0.28. So we're beating all of those indexes as well. The Russell, we already know, is down about 5%. So I've been saying get away from the Russell and go more towards the Nasdaq and S&P as always. And I use these dividend funds to accomplish that. Okay, I use Cornerstone for one. I mean, as you can see, we're up 6,500 today. And where's most of that coming from? Cornerstone. This fund has a 20% dividend that drips the dividend down at the NAV, not the market price that everyone else gets, but down at the NAV every month for free money. So that's how I outperform in Cornerstone. It might look funny on the chart, but it's a 4-star fund. You have to learn how to really make money with dividends and drips and not linear gains through capital gains, because the banks don't take capital gains anyways. You know, I'm up 6,500 today, but that doesn't matter. Okay, all that matters is I'm going with the indexes, which, as you can see above, we're in line with the index. We're actually beating the indexes. Whereas the Dow, for example, is up 0.67, the Nasdaq's up 0.97, and the S&P is up 0.85. So we're beating the indexes, okay? But the bank doesn't care about that. I just want to beat the indexes for extra performance and to stay away from margin calls because, as you know, I use margin at this channel to get ahead. For every $1 you put in your account, you get $4 of purchasing power, okay? Why has that purchasing power gone down while my account has gone generally up? Well, it's because I've been selling options, and I'll tell you about that in 1 second. So yes, my dividends of over 180,000, well, now they're over 200,000, as you saw above. Those dividends will pay down my debt in less than a year, of course. So 200,000 minus 140, I'll be at about 60,000 in cash, but I have about 50 to 60 in bills each year. So I should be at about a break even or zero debt. And my account will be, just for rounding purposes, let's just say it'll be around 700,000 at the end of the year. Then I'll be left with all these dividend paying assets to myself, which pay the monthly cash flow to the banks that qualify for income. You need banks to see dividends, which give you qualifying income for loans. That's how I get a house or a car or even personal loans to level up my account. Normally, you have to have a job or dividends to qualify for these loans. You cannot use trading gains or Bitcoin gains. I've tried, it doesn't work. So I get most of my performance for Cornerstone. And again, if you need help playing Cornerstone, that's in my Volume 4 e-guide. And then I get another round of my performance from QQQY and JEPY. These are the Defiance funds. Okay, IWMY as well. Okay, it's been a big winner for us. And the last video, you could see we were up in these funds, about 1%, but we've been collecting dividends for about 4 months. Dividends of about 6,000 to 8,000 in these funds. So yes, we're down today because we had our ex-dividend date today. Today, they declared their dividends, once again, these Defiance funds. So that's why my account is actually down today, even though we're up about $7,000, okay? It's because we had our ex-dividend dates with Defiance. And so that's all it did. It dropped my funds a little bit there, okay? Not much, and I'm going to rebalance if we get another dip in the market. And that's how we also got over 200,000 in my earnings, is because I added to Defiance yesterday on the dip. So that's what you're supposed to be doing in these Defiance funds. And then YieldMax, obviously I've been adding more to YMAG. We made a video on YMAG and QQQY yesterday. I have some YMAG. I added to it yesterday on the dip. And I'm still down in my position, and I plan to add maybe another 1,000, but I'm still waiting on a dip in the market before getting aggressive in YMAG. Okay, so if we don't get a dip in the market, we're still performing in line, okay, with the indexes and getting these dividends of over 200,000 now per year. And so I'm getting that performance from these dividend ETFs, but also I'm selling these options, okay? All of these options that you see here, they've made me about 20,000 in premiums so far this year. So they knocked down my margin by another 20,000, okay? I don't really need to knock down my margin because I have low interest margin. Many of my clients who buy my e-guides, they get my phone number, and then I've walked them through how to negotiate their margin rates down. So mine's around 6.5%. but I don't need that. Once again, I just sell these options for more performance. Okay, on a given day, you can get these days gains. So I sold for these thousands of dollars in premiums, as you can see in these price paid columns. But on days gains, in this days gains column, you can see you also get days gains. So I had about 700 in gains earlier today in these funds. All right, Ford was up, 80. It was up even more than that. All these funds and stocks can move for you that I sell options on, and they give me my extra performance. Okay, that's how I'm getting this added performance once again. So I use these dividend ETFs, like I just mentioned, and I sell options. But beware of the options. They are 75% maintenance. And again, when you're living the FIRE lifestyle, you need to keep this available for withdrawal number high. This is how you withdraw from your account and still live freely out of your brokerage account. Okay, if you're trying to live without a 9 to 5, this has to be high. And if your maintenance is high in your stocks, like they are in the triple leverage ETFs or even some of these Defiance funds, which are 50% maintenance, if your maintenance is high, okay, then you can't withdraw freely from your account. Also, that threatens you with margin calls. So you have to keep your available withdrawal high, and my available withdrawal can always withstand over 20% corrections, and I can still withdraw on top of it. I can go wherever I want in the world. I can swipe my E-Trade credit card and buy cars, clothes, shoes, whatever. I can add it to my margin debt. That's how the rich do it. That's what I learned from Warren Buffett. He sells options on Coca-Cola. He made a huge trade on Coca-Cola once. You can see that in a Forbes article if you look that up online. So I use margin to fund my lifestyle, and I use the equity in my brokerage account to sell options against, which gives me additional income to live the FIRE lifestyle with. But again, beware, these options have high maintenance, and if you need help understanding maintenance, that's in my volume 3 margin e-guide. So that'll do it for the video, guys. Okay, if you need help doing what I'm doing, email me for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com. When you buy my e-guides, you get free access to the Discord chat room for life and my phone number, but only up until 1,000 members. When you buy my e-guides and you email me, I'll say something in return to you like, hey, such and such, here's more information on my e-guides, and I'll give you my pricing below. So that's all that I'm doing. Beware of spam. I'm not a professional. I have a finance degree, and I have 20 years experience trading the markets, but none of that did anything for me until I found dividends, and now I'm just a man passing information along to you. So again, if you need help doing what I'm doing, you can email me, and also leave comments in the section below if you have questions on this video. All right, and if you like the video, click like or subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.